Support group is trying to bring awareness to a persistent problem in our community. Tonight, Corey's Network hosted a vigil for unsolved homicides in the Kansas City metro. KCTV5's Mark Paulo spoke to those impacted by the problem and brings us their calls for justice.
Right here on this lawn behind me, 700 posters were put into the ground. Each one of them represented an unsolved homicide from right here in the Kansas City metro. And the people that we talked to today told us the pain from their unsolved homicide never goes away.
You go to bed thinking about it and you wake up thinking it was a nightmare that you're just waking up from, and it's a never-ending nightmare. Holidays get worse every year. Family members, it just tears a family apart.
Sunday evening, Corey's Network held a vigil to shed light on the more than 700 unsolved homicide cases from around the Kansas City metro. The support group says it's important to raise awareness on cold cases to help lower the homicide rate in Kansas City.
The more that we forget about these kind of crimes, the more they're going to continue to happen. So by bringing them to the forefront and having people say, look, we need to have answers for these, standing up for their rights, standing up for their victims' rights, I think that we're going to have less homicide in Kansas City.
Charles C. Warren's brother and fiance were killed at Longview Lake in 2018. Like many others, their murders remain unsolved, leaving a hole in her family's heart that has not been filled.
Not knowing what happened, and me never being able to explain to my son what happened with his father, and never being able to tell him anything. It stops you in your tracks, and it have nightmares about it. It's hard.
Those at the event urge people in public to speak up when they see something happen. They want people to call the TIPS hotline or police stations directly if they see violence occur.
It never gets easier. Whoever said it gets easier with time, they're wrong. They've never been through the same thing. You know, it's horrible. People need to take it serious because it could be one of your family members, or your son or daughter. It's a never-ending nightmare is what it is.
Last year, Corey's Network put 680 of those posters in the ground. This year, that number increased to 725. Reporting in Independence, Mark Paulos, KCTV5 News.